What up, y'all? We're going to showcase you another fancy product over here. It's one that I think people really do sleep on. It's by Works. It's the DW810 fuel pump. And let's get it started. Right here. Start off with the packaging. Look how beautiful that is. You get the signature colors, you get the blue, you get the orange, everything beautiful about it. You can't hate on this color scheme. Let's open it up. As you can see, we got multiple fittings for the fuel pump itself. We'll get into that a little bit later. We got some
5/16
and some 3/8 molded fuel lines. We got the actual fuel pump module right here. Very plug and play, very simple, very easy harness. We'll get to this in a bit too. We got the little jumper harness for the fuel pump, and we got its little cap plug-in for it once you get it on the actual fuel pump housing itself. And within the box, you get another box. That's always the best part about everything. And so in here is the actual fuel pump itself. But now before we get to the two type of filters that you get with it, and the star of the show, the 810 fuel pump. I mean, just look how tiny it is. But don't be fooled by the small size of this pump. This thing is comparable to dual intake fuel pumps, or maybe some even triple ones. And this is just running off of a single one. And I mean, this thing is tiny, but it's one of the fastest in-tank fuel pumps that you get right now that's available in the market. And I feel a lot of people just sleep on this just because they just don't know. So of course, you know, with technology advancing, the sizes of some pumps get smaller as they go, just because, you know, everything's getting better. And as you can see right here, I got an old DW 400, which is also comparable to the 420 pump. But I mean, just the sheer size alone and just the volume that this thing moves, it's crazy. It's ridiculous. I mean, still, it was a good product then. It's just a better product now. And then obviously you can see we got the filter screens right here for you. Obviously you got both sizes, just in case, you know, you're tight for space, you can always go with this one. But I kind of recommend always using the bigger filter, just because once it sits there, you know, in the tank and everything, you can start soaking it up and start filtering, you know. I don't really know the micron amount for these, but, you know, very good stuff, especially if you know, don't know about the quality or the tier of the gas that you're running. But I would always go with this one. All right, so as we're continuing, here's the actual module itself. And, you know, with everything plugged in, you know, with the power wire and the ground wire, it's running about half capacity. But once you ground off the other wire, you're running it at its full capacity, at the full 810. And this is what really unlocks it for you. And it's very tiny. You know, a lot of people have these obnoxiously big wiring harnesses and modules and everything. But I mean, the actual module itself is probably as big as the pump itself. And so that's always nice because, you know, you can hide this stuff, you can tuck it away and everything. And everything's very easy to follow, very manageable. Here we have the fuel pump jumper harness. Once you get it in the actual in-tank pump housing, you know, you just connect it up here, goes to your connector. You know, obviously you're gonna have to modify the top hat of the fuel pump housing. And the good thing about this is that, you know, once you plug it in, that way you can get to this connector right here. It actually comes equipped with a little O-ring on it. That way, you know, it makes a proper seal and you're not always smelling those fuel vapors. So they really did think about everything, you know, possible whenever putting this pump together, because it is a semi-universal one too, but it works very, very, very well on most, you know, like specific applications. And that's what I really appreciate, that they included everything. Obviously, they got you your molded fuel line. You got a 5/16 size, you know, give you a good size for that. Basically the standard lengths of anything. And then they also gave you a 3/8. So at least you know that for the more common sizes, they got you covered on that. And obviously, you're gonna have all your fitting sizes to go with that. So on the fuel pump itself, it's threaded right here. That way you can run one of these bar fittings if you want to go with something like this. And not only that, they also offer you some AN fittings. That way you can run PTFE line or AN line. Those are the two sizes. The ones that come with these are a size 6, and a size 8. So you got that covered, and then you got this nice, anodized red color. I'm a big fan of that color, so, it's like they made it just for me. Probably did, because I asked for it. So I just want to circle back with the brand loyalty that we have and the confidence that we have with Deechworks, with almost every single car here at EMS running a DW pump. El Espanto runs a DW 400, Sriracha runs a DW 440, and we actually purchased this one so we could put it in our new race car that's going to come out here soon called Cash Out. And the thing that we have a peace of mind is that just because of the sheer volume of fuel that it moves, we know we're probably never going to max it out. And it's always good to have that headroom. That way you're never worried about, in the tuning process or anything like that. You know that all your limits are somewhere else besides this, and that's always good to know. Plus, we also know that there are some local people here, with 1,000 horsepower plus cars, whether it be a 4-cylinder, a V6, or a V8. They run these and they have nothing but good things to say about it. And on the subject of local, that's probably the best part because, we are Oklahoma based, and so are these people. And so it's always good to know that, it's just down the street. If we ever need any problems, if we ever need any troubleshooting, they're just one call away. And the people at DW are just nothing but friendly and good people to us. And so that's why we actually love their products and put it in our cars. And we vouch for them. Sponsor us, please. DW, if you can hear me, Deechworks, we're not making this video for nothing. Please sponsor us. I'll buy 5 of these just to put them in a pool, please.